It's like something has happened.
I'll tell the truth if you will.
The truth?
Did I give up the only woman I ever loved so she could go back to some slob who's two-timing her with his ex-wife?
Brooke, do you want out of this marriage?
True confessions on all my children.
I didn't break the land speed record getting over here so we could just have some polite chit-chat. I want the down and dirty on what happened in Napa with you and Tad.
Since when is it any of your business? I mean, really, what difference does it make to you?
I have to know what it was for. Did I do it for love? For nothing? Did I give up the only woman I ever loved so she could go back to some slob who's two-timing her with his ex-wife?
I'm just trying to keep the promise we made to each other. To tell the truth. Always, no matter what.
The truth? The truth is, while you were away, I almost betrayed you with Edmund. I almost slept with him. Say something.
What do you mean you almost slept with him? I mean, what exactly does that mean? Either you did or you didn't.
I didn't. I didn't. But it came very close.
What happened?
We were at my aunt's cabin at Willow Lake. How we got there is another story. Obviously, the circumstances were rather extraordinary, and one thing led to another, and making love seemed inevitable, and I was not the one to hold back. It was Edmund.
What stopped him?
You. He saw my ring. And it sort of brought him back to earth, but if he hadn't stopped us, we would have ended up in bed together. It's what I wanted.
Do you still want it? Him? Brooke, do you want out of this marriage?
No. I don't want our marriage to end. That's why I'm telling you about Edmund. I can't imagine our lives going on with a secret like this between us. I'm sorry. I know it's not enough, but I am so sorry.
You didn't do anything to be sorry for. You're just human. And believe it or not, I'm glad you told me. But this is important. I've got to know what's going on with you and what this means and what it is exactly that you want.
I want it all out in the open, everything. This is great. You know, you come in here pointing the finger at me. What's all this about you and Brooke?
One affair at a time, all right? I'm talking about you and Tad.
Maria was right.
About what?
She called me. She said that she knew that you and Brooke were in Willow Lake, and she panicked because she thought the two of you had gotten back together.
You tell Tad that she called?
She made me promise not to.
It's Maria. Make sure nobody else gets hurt, except herself.
So was she right?
We're together, yeah.
You want to talk about it?
I'll tell the truth if you will.
Okay. You go first.
We were working undercover, okay? Details aren't important. But I just ended up to here in quicksand.
You're kidding.
I wouldn't kid about that. I almost died. And that's when I learned something. The only part of my life that flashed in front of me was the part with Brooke in it. That's it. My last thought, my dying wish was for her. And then there she was.
And so, of course, I I went in after him.
Are you crazy? You could have been killed.
What was I supposed to do? His hands were... They were trapped under the sand. I mean, I am lighter than Derek. We needed Derek to help us, to pull us out. You know, it's either I go in after him or I watch him die. I didn't think about myself, all right? Saving his life, that was the only thing I could think of.
You love him. You love him so much it's driving you crazy.
You know, it seems like me and Brooke have been in love forever. But never more than that night.
Well, you were high on adrenaline, you know. She saved your life.
You know, it wasn't like that. It was calm after. Derek pulled me out of the quicksand. I was just weak as a kitten. And Brooke took me back to the cabin, and she cleaned me up, and she took care of me. And then when it was safe, she broke down and she cried. And she cried for me. She cried for us, for what we almost lost. And it was like we just knew that what we had wasn't over. Not by a long shot. Taking her in my arms and kissing her was the most natural thing in the world to do. Just like stopping after kissing her was the right thing to do.
You guys didn't make love?
No. It's hard to believe, huh? Yeah. I mean, it was right there. We had the perfect moment, setting, excuse. We love each other. But for some reason, I don't know, I stumbled on a stupid code of honor. Thou shalt not take advantage of married women, especially ones that you love. So, even though it was very, very tempting, in the end, no.
Edmund is proof that chivalry is not dead. Really. I was ready to go with the heat of the moment. And he was the one who stopped because he remembered you and Jamie. He stopped us from doing something that he knew that I would regret, but I should have been the one to stop. Should have been me.
Doesn't matter now who did what to whom. What's done is done. We can't go back and change it.
I put Brooke on the hot seat, and I wouldn't let her off until she made a choice right then and right there. It was me or Tad. All or nothing.
You shouldn't have pushed her into making a decision like that. You should have given her time.
And he was right. He was right. Because I realized if there had ever been any doubt in my mind that my original still the one that I wanted to live with, I chose you.
Then you got it wrong. Don't you see? I'm not the right choice. I'm not even worth choosing. The idea to give up Edmund before you were ready was not yours, it was mine. So who can blame you for being tempted, for looking at me and wondering whether or not you made some kind of mistake?
Stop it, all right? Just stop trying to take the blame for something I did. You are not a mistake. I am not some confused little girl. You asked me to marry you, and I said yes because I love you. And because I wanted to be with you and have a family with you, and I still want that.
Brooke, nobody knows better than me what it feels like to give up somebody you've been in love with. I know exactly how you felt, how you feel about Edmund.
It's how you felt about Dixie. And that's why it makes what I did even worse.
No. That's not...
You gave Dixie up. You put the past where it belongs. And I owe you that same commitment, and I am committed to this marriage. I really am. Every bit as much as you are. Maybe that's what marriage is. Maybe it's just a continual reaffirmation of the promises that we made to each other, to love and to honor and to cherish. I meant those vows. I still mean them.
What about Edmund?
Edmund and I said goodbye for the last time. It's over. You'll just have to take my word for that. Maybe I'm asking too much of you. Maybe you don't think that you can ever trust me again. Can you forgive me, Tad? Can you ever trust me again? Or do you want out of this marriage?
Your turn to tell me the truth. What really happened in California, Dixie?
Look, why does it matter?
It matters because Brooke agonized over that decision. And it almost killed me to let her go again. Now, the only thing that makes it bearable is the fact that maybe she made the right choice.
Do you doubt it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I got big-time doubts. So tell me Tad loves Brooke. Convince me he's got what it takes to make her happy, and I can sleep at night. And while you're at it, remind me of one thing he has done to deserve a woman that consistently puts him first. Now, you do that, and I'll go away quietly. But if I find out that he's been fooling around with you, and then going back home and playing good husband to Brooke, all bets are off.
And what does that mean?
It means I'm gonna find Tad's hide, and I'm gonna nail it to the wall. And I'm going after Brooke.
Well, why would you think that Tad and I would be doing anything like that in the first place?
Oh, come on, Dixie. You were in Napa together. You had the means, the motive, the opportunity.
Look, I went out there to help Ted. I didn't go out there to sleep with Tad.
Yeah, well, plans change. Ted told me he stormed off the scene before you got there. That means you and Tad were alone in that big old house for a few days. Now, don't tell me he was spending the whole time playing cards.
Look, for your information, be mostly winery. I happened to have to tell him about his reading problem, which helped to sway the argument in my favor.
Well, that's very touching. You also told me right here in this room before you left that you were still in love with Tad Martin.
Look, I said a lot of things, okay?
Yeah, do you remember saying that you couldn't handle the thought of being alone with him? That you were scared to death that you would lose all self-control, all your feelings for Tad Martin would just come pouring out of you?
All right, okay, you're right, all right? That's exactly what happened. I had to tell Ted how much I loved him. Now, is anybody happy?
Far be it from me to judge anybody, especially you. You've been better to me than any person on this planet. Didn't expect it. I certainly don't deserve it.
I really was afraid to tell you, and then you started saying how we've always been straight up with each other. And that's what our marriage is based on. I mean, not to tell you would be as bad as if I actually slept with Edmund and then lied to you about it.
You wouldn't do that. It's not in your nature.
I think that what doesn't kill us makes us stronger. But I also think that if we can't deal with what's in our heart, then maybe we are not meant to be together. I would rather be alone than to have a lie hanging over us.
You mean that? I mean, do you really mean it?
What? What is it?